Alright, in this video, we'll be taking a quick look at Claressa Shields and her opponent, Brittney Elkin, for their up-and-coming MMA matchup. And actually, it's only a week away, a week today at that. Next Thursday on ESPN Plus. And I'm excited. Normally with Claressa Shields, you pretty much know the outcome, whether you're a fan or not. Good luck with somebody going in there and beating her in boxing. But we're talking MMA. But one thing I will say I did like about her approach to entering in her first MMA matchup, she took it about as serious as, from what I could tell, as she would with a boxing match. Maybe even more so, because she really came in there understanding that she's new to this and she has a lot to learn. Sometimes when people, cross over, like with James Toney, man, he got the ring with Randy Couture, and Claressa Shields, she won't be the first woman to get in a MMA ring. You have Amanda Serrano, and she has had some success. Now, I'm not saying like she's gone in there and dominated the MMA world, but she is 1-on-1, which is 1 win, no losses, and a draw. And Amanda went in there and she looked fairly comfortable. In fact, matter of fact, let's put this in perspective. If you don't know who Amanda Serrano is, clearly you don't follow women's boxing, because she's like what you would say is the Manny Pacquiao of women's boxing. And the reason why I say that, well, number one, she's a lefty like Manny, but also, well, actually her style is similar too. She throws a lot of punches from different angles, and she's also an 8th division world champion. So she's legendary in a boxing ring. But as you see, she can handle herself also in an MMA match. Now, what really threw me off was the fact that, okay, stand up, all right, I figured she might have an advantage if she could get around the kicks. But she was the one that dominated when things ventured out of what would be considered even somewhat close to the boxing realm. Because you can't, the stuff she's doing right now, you can't do that in a boxing ring. Now, I'm not saying this is ground and pound, because clearly they're not on the ground. But she pounded her out with the stand-up game, and then ultimately choked her out. So I mean, I was impressed, and I look forward to seeing. Matter of fact, I think Amanda has a match coming up, if I'm not mistaken, in the MMA herself. But she's not the only one who has ventured into the MMA arena. Also, you have a friend of hers who's also a one-time foe, Heather the Heat Hardy. Now, her results was a little bit of a mix. She won some, she lost some. She's currently 2-2, but she's been stopped a couple times, matter of fact. But she's also looked very game. And basically, what I'm saying, Claressa has a chance if she took it serious, and if things go the way they could go for her. I mean, if everything positive happens, I mean, you can say that about anything, but basically what I'm trying to say is, if she can keep the fight upright, if she can stay on her feet, the longer she can do that, the better her shot is, especially given the opponent that she has. Because Brittney Elkin isn't really a striker. She's decent, but she's not the best in the world with her stand-up game. So Claressa has a shot if she can stay on her feet. And as far as what happens when they hit the ground, well, this girl is a brown belt, a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. If she get Claressa on the ground, it's going to be a wrap. I don't see Claressa being able to work her way out of it once she hit the ground. And if she does, great. But if she keep hitting the ground, if she goes down once or twice, maybe she could fight her way out of it. But if it turns into a ground game fight, she'll lose. There's no way if the fight stays on the mat, she'll get beat up and maybe even choked out or submission. I can see that happening real quick. So that's going to be real interesting. Now, Claressa has worked with some good people as far as the whole MMA thing. Matter of fact, she brought in someone who probably was the best person you could think of in a situation like this, and that's Holly Holm, because you're talking about a legendary boxer who also went over to the MMA, and not just the MMA, the UFC, and went and got the title. And not just get the title, she went over to the UFC and beat, at that time, the big bad wolf, Ronda Rousey. Now, some people will say, well, Rousey wasn't what they made her out to be. Well, wasn't nobody beating her at the time. So Holly Holm came in and did it. Then eventually Amanda Nunes also did it. And then, Ronda retired and did a little wrestling thing. Now, ultimately, that's who Claressa Shields is trying to get in there with, Amanda Nunes. Now, I don't see her doing that anytime soon, even though she did call Nunes out. But first, she got to get rid of Brittney Elkin, and that's not going to be an easy task. But we'll see how it goes. Like I said, Brittney, she's a good fighter, but she's not the greatest when it comes to the stand-up striking aspect of MMA. So Claressa does have a shot. In my opinion, Brittney is vulnerable with her stand-up game. So as long as Claressa can keep her distance, work her jab, sneak in a couple straight rights and a couple kicks to keep her honest, I think Claressa definitely has a shot. But if it goes to the ground, all bets are off. I think Elkin would definitely have an advantage then, but I'm not impressed with her striking at all. I mean, she's getting taken to task right here. And I think if Claressa can keep her standing up, I think Claressa can lay her out and possibly get the win. I think she can get the win. I'm just gonna say it for what it is. I think she can get the win. But this is her first MMA fight, and we haven't seen her yet, so it's hard to say. But I will say this: Claressa Shields, I think, can do anything she put her mind to. She's a hard worker. She's dedicated. And once she focuses on anything, she does it to the max. So I definitely give her a shot. But we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. I can't wait to June the 10th. And that's pretty much all I got. This Head Busting Boxes on Fight Doctor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Hit me up in the comment section and let me know, do you feel like Claressa Shields is bitten off more than she can chew? Or do you feel like she can go in there and get the win? Holla at your boy in the comment section. This Head Busting Boxes on Fight Doctor. I am out.